which is like our topic for today. It's about the exams and the topic which is learned helplessness. Okay, the learned helplessness is. You looked for the subject, or let's say our topic for today.
Yes, we searched about it.
Okay, so what do you know about this topic, Miss Hanan? Let's start with you.
Okay, are you hearing me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. It's I forgot the name. Its name.
Learned helplessness.
Okay, learned. Based on my research, it is a psychological phenomenon where individuals feel unable to control or change a situation. Though they can, they have the capacities to do that activity, but they cannot control themselves.
Yes, great. So,
Yeah.
this is what our topic is about. It's about how the exams, or let's say people, can build their own, let's say, future success on previous, let's say, hard situations or failures. Because most of the time, especially with the first year students, they tend to say that in the middle of the exam I will fail. Why? Because I failed in doing that thing, for example, in the lecture or in the TD. So here the question is, why this happens? So, for example, Miss Hind, why do you think this happens? Miss Hind?
Excuse me? Yes, excuse me, can you repeat what you said?
Yes, I said that learned helplessness ولا حالة الفشل أو الخوف من الفشل اللي تجي للطلبة في حالة الامتحانات يبنوا النجاح تاعهم ولا النجاح القادم على الفشل، يكون متخوف لأنه أصلا فشل في حاجة من قبل، فيقول إنه I will fail because I failed doing that thing. So why do you think this happens?
Because the fear of the bad grades, maybe.
Maybe, but could you elaborate, for example, why do people tend to do this? Why, for example, what are the multiple reasons for this?
Basically, learned helplessness is how can I say it? It's not good. It's not good behavior. When you feel powerless and disappointed and you don't try, etc.
Yes. So how about you, Ms. Jinan? What do you think about this?
I think it's usually started with the person who had a bad or negative experience. For example, he has how to say it? So he faced a difficult situation and he cannot control with it. So he how to say it? He built over this situation or this experience that he cannot do anything. He will always fail. He always being bad at something, for example, math or something like that. It's based on bad experience and negative situation, I think.
Yes, exactly. So, Mr. Ryan Joe enjoyed us.
Everyone.
Yes, he joined us here. So, how are you, Mr. Ryan?
How are you doing, guys? Totally great.
So, in order to put you in the picture, Ryan,
Hello.
so we are discussing here why the learned helplessness happens, why we tend to feel fearless when we do the exams and build our future success on failures.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's listen to the ladies first.
Yes, we were listening to Ms. Jinan. I will move to Ms. Hanan. What do you think from the perspective of a future teacher? What do you think? Why do you think this happens most of the time with exams? Why this thing cannot happen with, for example, decisions inside, let's say, inside their homes, or choosing something to wear. Why this exactly happens with exams and big deals like this?
Can you repeat your question? I did not hear you.
Yes, I will repeat my question. I said that why do you think that most of the students tend to have this situation in the middle of the exam? Is it like, what are the reasons in your, let's say, perspective as a future teacher? Why do you think this happens?
I guess in psychology, where when a student face repeated failures or negative outcomes on a certain exam, automatically the student is going to put the idea of failing in that subject in his mind. So that's why the students believe in this idea.
Okay, great. So, what do you think, Mr. Ryan?
Well, I agree with Hanan's statements about saying that, we as a human being, we are normal human being. We tackle some difficulties in our daily life, and as soon as you face something very hard, very harsh to accept, you feel, let's say, if you are going to repeat it, you are going to lose. Then lose. Then you end up being stupid at the end, right? So that sense of fear and that sense of, let's say, being afraid from everything is something normal, is psychological. But I do believe that we need to try, we need to forget about, we need to change the way that we have tackled with the.
This phenomena happens most of the time because of the stigma. The stigma أو الخوف من وصمة العار. Especially now, we find that most of the parents, they tend to blame their kids for the results. For example, in our society or in our culture in Algeria, let's say, and we have to say it, that we tend to stigmatize people who fail. We call them, you are a failure, you didn't do this, you won't do this, you do think you are better than this one, you are not better than him. This is why this happens most of the time with our students. They tend to be afraid not from failure but from the outcomes, or let's say the social consequences of this failure. Their parents will blame them, their friends will mock them, the society, everyone. So if you take in, for example, a student who is going to pass his baccalaureate exam and they fail because they were afraid of some kind of a module, or let's say a subject مادة ده فيها نقطة مش مليحة في السابق. This is what I think. I think that it's not about the الخوف من الفشل, but it is الخوف من نظرة الناس لهم كي يفشلوا.
There was a story I do remember when I was a kid I was told about, which is, let's say, the story of a big elephant. Let's say it in Arabic. قال لك كان واحد الراجل راح لواحد الكابين، واحد الفestival، يلقى واحد big elephant كان مربوط بواحد الحبل صغير.